Welcome back to Me versus Myself podcast. It is your host, Jesus Gian, and it is an honor for me to be here and have you listening to me. So, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for your support. I really mean so much to know that you guys are listening and paying attention to what I'm doing. Okay, so it's not a fucking podcast, the Me versus Myself podcast, without something fucking up. This is attempt 2 again of trying to film this episode. I just got cut off like 5 minutes into the last time trying to record this because my storage was full, but we're good. We should be good from here on out. No more fuck ups. But here you go. Let's see. I've had a fucking. It's kind of hard to like try and fucking fabricate or try to remember and like rephrase everything that I said, but it was just the intro, so nothing really lost. But I've had a great week. The last time you guys heard from me, my energy was kind of low. I don't know how many. I mean, obviously, if you listen to it, you know. But last week, I felt very like drained and very like burnt out. But took a week off, kind of, for just kind. I mean, I say a week off, but it was just kind of a week of just letting myself just kind of relax and do my thing. And it's helped me so much. I feel great this week. This day has been awesome. It's 2:22 right now, so fucking shout out the universe. Like let's go. Okay, so if for those of you who don't know, we've started doing a segment where I ask my friends and people who followers on Instagram to drop anything that might be bothering them, anything that they might be dealing with, anything that they'd like to hear a friend's perspective on, because I'm not a fucking therapist. I'm not I'm not a therapist, but again, it's like we're friends helping each other, and you're sharing whatever it is you're dealing with. And here I give you a unique perspective of whatever it is, an outside perspective of whatever it is you might be dealing with. So, that being said, if you don't follow me on Instagram, please, I would love for more people to interact with these segments, but I'm very grateful for the 3 people who did it today. So yes, with that being said, let's get into the new segment. I feel great. I feel phenomenal. And let's go. Okay, so I asked on my Instagram at Jesus_spiffy. Do you see the light turned off? Jesus Spiffy. I asked them, what's bothering you? And they said, someone said, my emotional reactivity and level of defensiveness. So here, let's talk about my personal experience, right? I feel like I used to be very defensive. Also, maybe like a year or 2 back, it was like my parents or somebody would say something that kind of hurt my ego or kind of hurt me, and it would cause me to kind of want to be like, well, like retaliate, it would make me want to say something back or have to like prove that whatever it is that I thought is the right thing. And it's like I was fighting to win, I guess. I was fighting to get like the last say. And to be honest, I think that's just ego. It's just ego driven, and it just stems from childhood. I know that for me, growing up, I felt maybe unheard at certain times, and I felt kind of like on the outside, and that kind of caused me to set up walls and set up boundaries and set up forms of defense to not feel certain uncomfortable feelings I had felt at one point. And I think maybe that's what might be showing now in whatever it is that you might be dealing with. Again, it's kind of hard to say or like give advice on this because, well, in my perspective, in my experience, for me, something that really helped me was just like, honestly, psychedelics helped me through showing me and giving me like experiences where it was like I was detached from my ego. I was detached from the identity I had been being for so long, and it's not till you really kind of like feel like you feel like you've lost everything, that when you get to relive and live and enjoy these little things, you tend to let go more easily. Like it's easier for me to not argue or not have anything to prove to anyone, because it's like, well, instead of having to fight, or instead of having to like hurt someone's feelings back, or have to say something back to get the last laugh or get the last say, just like, fuck it, okay, whatever, like, yes, like, yes, you think this is this, okay, yes. And just not arguing with anyone and not having anything to fight over, like, it's just knowing that no argument, no comment from someone else should impact how I feel on the inside, and I shouldn't express, if, like, it's good to express how you feel, but when it comes to someone saying something like kind of fucked up, or someone saying something to you that you might not really enjoy, or maybe doesn't sit right with you, sometimes it is better to just like bite your tongue and just and then walk away, and it's easier said than done, I know, but definitely I know in my experience, having certain psychedelic trips have really, really shown me, like, okay, dude, sometimes you might take yourself a little bit too serious, and that kind of might be the reason why you feel you have something to prove, but in reality you don't, dude, because I know who I am now, I know who and what I'm capable of, and well, just this new identity of me is really, really, it has nothing to prove to anyone, I have nothing to prove to anyone. I'm not fighting to keep anybody. I've kind of lost the things that I was really, really attached to. I lost my girlfriend in like last year, and all of it happens for a reason. There's a reason for those things, but just trying to bite your tongue and not have to say the final thing, or have you just nothing to gain from winning an argument, because if you win an argument, you don't really win, because now they're mad at you and you're kind of still mad, but I guess you won, if that means anything, but it really doesn't. So don't get caught up on trying to get the last kind of say, or trying to get the last kind of thing, because if you're being defensive, it's like there's some sort of insecurity that they're scratching, that is like causing you to bring back those defense mechanisms from when you were younger. But just remember, you have nothing to prove to anybody, and if they want to say fucking 2 + 2 is 10, by all means, fucking believe that. Okay, there's no reason to make you believe that it's 4 if you think it's 10. Like, you're just, you're going towards a fucking wall and trying to break down that wall by throwing more bricks at it. It's like, dude, there's nothing to gain there, and just not arguing with people, or not letting yourself get hurt by people outside. Whatever comes in, yeah, maybe it might hurt your feelings, and it might like cause you to be annoyed or maybe angry, but you have the chance to not let that side of you come out through whatever it is that they threw at you. It's kind of just, okay, take it for what it is, and I wish I could say something maybe, but also it's like, fuck it, like I'm not gonna gain it. I don't lose anything, and I don't gain anything if I don't say anything. So there's no win there. Just kind of let them be. And if those people are there's people in your life that are constantly making you feel that way, maybe question if you really want to be around those kinds of people. So let me plug in my phone before it like fucking dies and then the whole podcast is ruined. But yeah, okay, next question, next thing, working on being more emotionally composed and mature. Okay, yeah, I think that comes with what I just said, comes with everything, like letting go of your ego and letting go of trying to be right, letting go of trying to have the last laugh is probably the most mature thing you can do. Because, dude, if people like if you don't argue with people, bro, you have like nothing to worry about as far as like getting your feelings hurt, or having people say something and you maybe not agreeing and trying to be right, when it's like, if you believe whatever you believe and you fucking fully believe it, let it be. That's what your reality is, like if you believe that, yes, I can convince you to believe my way, but at the end of the day, you're still going to kind of resort back to what you thought, because it's like, well, I think what I had is still kind of right, but I see your point. And dude, it's just, I think that's kind of comes with being mature is just kind of surrendering your ego, surrendering and dropping those defenses, so that like whatever people say, it's like, okay, fucking, here's me. And I mean, sorry, you have no reason to like be annoyed or feel upset over what someone else is doing and what someone else has done. So don't worry so much about whatever it is that someone else is doing, and just worry about you and make sure that the people you're around are helping you feel better and do better, and just be better. And that should be the best thing that you can do, and that'll just show that you're mature. Just in having nothing to prove to anyone is a very valuable skill and a very valuable and commendable trait. Okay, what is the wisest thing you have ever heard someone say? That's a very hard thing. Okay, let's see. It's the wisest thing. So the thing about me, since a young age, I've been very aware about a lot of things. Like, since we were little, my brother and I, we've always been around adults. We've always been we've seen a bunch of things growing up. So I've always kind of been a student of life, I've always been watching and learning, and I think that's where a lot of my maturity, or I get this a lot, where it's like you're so wise beyond your years, and you're so mature for your age, but it just comes from seeing a bunch of shit and learning from a bunch of people's mistakes. Like, literally, as I've grown up, certain people would make mistakes, and then my parents would kind of tell us what happened, and well, we understood that there was a mistake was made or whatever, but it kind of turned into like, okay, whatever it is people are messing up with, I don't want to make those same mistakes, so let me learn from whatever it is that they messed up with, So I can't really remember like a specific quote or a specific thing, but there's a couple that are they pop up into my head right now, so I'll go ahead and say those. My jiu-jitsu coach, Coach Jeff, he gave this quote one day after class, and he was talking about how it's kind of better to be a samurai in a garden than a gardener at war. And that might not seem profound or deep, but I guess like in who I am now, and as a martial artist, and as a kickboxer, jiu-jitsu practitioner, and just MMA fighter, I guess you can call me that. It's very cool and comforting and confidence building to know that if anything ever really happened, like I'm good. I know that I can protect me, and I can probably protect people around me. And I am in no way like going actively seeking out like issues and dealing and trying to like expose and show my sort of power that I have, but it's cool to know that there's a switch that I can activate, or just skills that I have that are just muscle memory that will help me in certain situations that might come up in life. That's one of the quotes. Actually, one of the most like the most influential thing that I've heard, and I had the honor of sitting live through my friend Scott Groves' On the Edge podcast. He interviewed this guy. His name was Ty, and Ty kind of confirmed to me and was kind of like a motivating factor in me giving up THC for these 100 days that it's been. And it's been 28 days THC free. It's really cool. I mean, I've done 75 days without it, so we're basically we're a third of the way, but we're a fourth of the way to 100, but a third of what I've done before. And I think it's cool. I think it's really cool that this guy was basically, he kind of he dealt with addiction and dealt with being sober now, and completely just living his life and rebuilding himself. And well, hearing their conversation, dude, was really empowering, because here I was, right, contemplating and dealing. I think I was like day 2 at the time, but still, like, hearing just what they had to say and hearing his story again, like, I've always been one to learn from people and learn from people's mistakes, learn from people's perspective, because in reality we can all help each other, we can all learn from each other. It's just a matter of understanding and taking the time to listen. But he mentioned a lot of things that I guess for me I was dealing uh, with substance abuse, you can say. I was a fucking pothead for so long, dude, and um, there's just labels that we put on ourselves, right? There's labels that we put on ourselves that make us feel better about whatever it is we're doing, right? Like, for example, the stoner community, you can say, that's a label we put on ourselves. Like, for example, me. I'm talking in just from my experience, right? My experience as a stoner, when I'd call myself a stoner, oh, you smoke weed? Yeah, like, I'm a stoner. Like, that's like a bubble you kind of put yourself in. And, well, now that you're in this bubble, there's beliefs you believe that apply to you. You know, like, you believe certain things that apply to this group of people that make you feel good about you. So whether it is you're smoking or whether it is you're drinking, whether it is whatever it is you're doing, and I don't judge at all. This is just my experience and what I'm dealing with right now. So if you do your thing, like, do your thing. But for me, I know that I was really, really dependent on this substance, and it just kind of forms from habit, and that habit stems from your sense of self. So if you call yourself a stoner, you're going to do stoner things. You're going to go out for the purpose of smoking a joint. You're going to go out for the purpose of getting high. You're going to have to get high before doing certain things because that's what stoners do. So you feel that what you're doing is right because, well, according to yourself, you're a stoner, so that's what you do. But when you break free from these labels and just let yourself just be, you kind of realize that, hey, like, that was just a fucking habit. And all those little things about, like, oh, like, it helps me sleep or it helps me do this, like, that's it can be a kind of a lie you kind of depend on because it's like, oh, it's healthy, it's not addictive, it's not, it's whatever. But in my experience, I was addicted, dude. I was not physically, but mentally addicted to having to escape, having to smoke all day and waking up and wake and bake and fucking posting about it because that's what stoners do. That's what I was telling myself was the right thing to do at the time. And I'm so thankful that I got to hear that perspective of him talking about his addictions and how he's overcame it and how he takes it just one day at a time. And bro, literally we're 28 days fucking clean of THC and I feel good, bro. Like, don't get me wrong. Okay, so moving forward, I've kind of thought about this, and I'm not gonna lie, there has been some urges sometimes, but moving forward, if I do choose to smoke after the 100 days, I am no longer fucking. Okay, so this is, sorry, I'm kind of going on a tangent here, but I feel like I need to say this. Okay, so dude, the weed in California is like really high quality, right? Like, we have access to like 30 something percent THC shit and just a whole bunch of, like, it's really, really efficient now. The weed we have is really good. But back then there was some sort of scarce mindset with weed that it was just like, well, this is the only weed that I have, or this is the only cart that I have, this is the only time I have to smoke. So I felt the need to just, okay, like, fuck it, let's roll a joint and fucking smoke the whole joint. And then, fuck, after the joint, I want another joint, and I want another joint. And my tolerance just built up fucking a lot because every time I needed to smoke, I needed to smoke more. I needed to do more. I needed to, like, I needed more to keep baselining in a sense, like, well, being high was kind of my baseline. So imagine what it really took to, like, really, really get me high. And moving forward now, like, I know that it's abundant, and I don't need to worry about, like, oh fuck, this is the only eighth we have, or this is the only pod I have, like, I will just choose to just do it if I choose to, and if it's, it's whatever, it's there, but I'm not so concerned about, okay, like, smoking a whole joint. And it's literally, you don't really need to, dude. Like, you don't need to smoke a whole joint to get high. It's literally hit the, like, okay, and so in my experience back then, so after 75 days sober, it was my birthday, and I hung out with some friends, and we were smoking up a blunt. Yeah, we smoked up a blunt. And there's a few couple hits. The first couple hits, I felt really good because it had been a while since I had smoked. It's been 75 days, so I felt great. But then the blunt kept passing in the rotation, and I kept hitting it, like I had in the past. And then, like, my high kind of became overwhelming because now I had fucking consumed too much. And now it's like, fuck, now I'm out here, like, in my head just judging myself, like, feeling weird. Instead of just kind of staying at that first couple initial tokes where I felt really, really good and really free and happy, and it felt like I had earned that. But then I overdid it, and it led to me not, it led to me not feeling good. And yeah, just moving forward, I don't need a lot to get me high. I know if I do choose, it's just there's little tokes here and there, and it's good. That's it. I don't need to fucking carry this dizzy with me everywhere I go, at all times that I leave, so I can hit it wherever I'm at, and I can constantly be fucking fueling that cycle and that demon. I just feel free and liberated knowing that, well, taking it one day at a time, so we're full circle. That was a super wise thing that I heard from Ty. And again, also, Ty, he's talking about, like, dating and, like, dating now, and he was just like, well, honestly, bro, like, how I see it, dude, it's just like, you either like what you see or you don't. And that's fucking facts, bro. That's how I feel now, dude. It's like, you either like what you see or you don't. Like, I have nothing to prove to anybody, but here I am, like, not chasing girls. Here I am not chasing kind of really anybody, I'm not really chasing anyone. But as I notice that I start to release, it kind of just feels, and it kind of drives people to come chase me in a sense, and that's kind of weird. Not weird, but it's just crazy how that works, like, it's just when I stop trying, like, it just comes back in abundance, like, and it's like, whoa, like, I mean, obviously I know that I'm cute, like, I know that I'm handsome, and I feel handsome, and, well, if you don't think so, again, you either like what you see or you don't. And dude, I don't give a fuck, bro. If you think I'm ugly, I'm ugly, like, okay, but I think I'm fucking handsome, so, like, I can't fucking there's nothing to complain about there. So yeah, just literally that was really wise and really nice to hear. You either like it or you don't. And also to take my sobriety and take my my little break one day at a time. And after hearing that, I just kind of, like, you just kind of forget, dude. Like, I literally look today and it's like 28 days. Wow, we're almost at a month. And well, I'm not gonna lie, I've been doing other shit. I've had some, I say sips, but I've been drinking a little bit. Hitting the puff here and there. That's okay. It's not like, it's just kind of in the moment kind of shit where it's like, fuck it. Like, I'm with the homies, or, like, this weekend I was with some new friends. And it's not that they're influenced, no one's pointing a gun to my head and telling me fucking drink or fucking smoke the puff, or hit the fucking nicotine. Like, it's just kind of like in the moment, like, what I'm like, I mean, I know long term, but I know that I'm not gonna buy one and make it a habit to do it like I had in the past with weed. It's kind of like situational, like unique kind of circumstances that I just fucking don't mind, like, okay, like, I'm not tripping, I'm not judging myself, I'm not, I'm not mad at myself for doing that. Like, it's not a big deal, dude. It's really not a big deal. And sorry, but that was a really long answer, but I feel like I needed to say that, and that was awesome. So thank you for asking that and getting me to open up a little bit. The last kind of question we have is, or comment we have is, This dude I was into kind of now has a girlfriend. I don't have a girlfriend. What are you talking about? Nah, dude, Ali. Oh, sorry. Okay, sorry. You didn't hear that. You didn't hear that. But, dude, I love you. You're so awesome. You fucking slept. You slept. What can I say? Dang, that kind of sucks. But honestly, you're really bad. So it's not like you can't get anyone else. You know, like I'm not saying you have people lined up for you, but you're really really attractive. So fuck that guy and just keep doing your thing. You know, fucking hope you're doing great. Let me know if you need me to pay a visit. Nah, but for real, that kind of sucks. You did sleep, but that's just the game. Honestly, that's just kind of how it works. You know, like I guess someone, like I don't know. I don't know. I can't say like I don't have much advice here, other than you should have fucking took my offer when I was offering you. But I'm just kidding. Honestly, dude, you're really pretty and you have so much to give that whatever. Fuck that guy and just do your thing and live your life and keep being you. Thank you. Thank you guys for your questions. Again, let's talk about this week, right? Last week I was feeling super, super, super like burnt out, and you can straight up tell, bro. Like on the last episode, I felt really down. I felt really, really out of it, and it wasn't like super. Like how can I say this? It wasn't like I was. I just felt burnt out. Honestly, I feel like I really, really needed a break from. I don't know what it like. I didn't really take a break from anything, but I just kind of let myself hang out a little bit. Like I said, I hadn't been hanging out in my room, so I was just hanging out in the living room. I watched a movie. I watched John Wick. I hung out with some friends. Honestly, I think that's what really, really, really helped me. On Tuesday, I went to Starbucks with a couple of friends. Shout out Brian, Maria, Jess, and Mel. Ignacio, shout out. We hung out at Starbucks, and so on Tuesdays and Thursdays, for the longest time, I had been doing 3 classes a day. So I do 6 a.m., I do 8:30, and then I do 7 p.m. jiu-jitsu. And don't get me wrong, like, drillers are killers, and I'm sure that here's the thing, dude. I know that I've stacked up so many hours over certain people that the gap is it's just really clear now. And not that I'm like kind of taking the easy way, because I mean I know I can still be working, but your mind gets fucking tired, dude. Like, driving there for the 3rd time, or sometimes it's just 2, but driving there, it's kind of like sometimes I'm just like fuck. And I had a realization like 2 weeks ago when I did the 3 days a week, and I just felt so like not wanting to be there. I felt like my body was just kind of like, dude, like we need a break. And I feel that, dude, sometimes like you can overdo it, right? And instead of like, okay, this is my opinion and my you can say excuse or whatever. But there's been times where like my body's kind of telling me don't go, and then I go and then I get injured, or I almost get injured, or I get hurt a little bit there. Like the most recent injury I got was like my knee, and I felt like I tore something a little bit, or reactivated some sort of tear I had. But I feel better now. But it was like we were doing drills, we were rolling, kind of free training, and I had just finished rolling. I finished rolling with somebody. And like it wasn't my turn to go next. Like, there's like a line that we do sometimes. It wasn't my turn to go next, but nobody was filling in the gap. So when coach was like, anyone want to fill in? Nobody was going, so I was like, fuck it, me. Like, I'll go. Like, whatever, like I don't give a fuck, I'll roll with whoever. And then I rolled, and during this roll, this guy like pulled he passed my guard, and I don't know if he passed my guard. Or he tried to pass my guard, right? I had my legs up, and like he like pulled my leg like a really weird way, and then like collapsed it, and like I felt like I tore it, dude. And for a little bit, I was kind of like, oh fuck, dude. And I couldn't really walk on it, and I couldn't really. I literally felt like I tore something, and I couldn't really put pressure on it. I couldn't really walk on it that much until I got this like kind of brace that my brother gave me. That helped me a bunch, and I would sleep. I'd have the brace on for like 24/7 for a good week and a half, and I roll with a knee brace now. But yeah, dude, and it just kind of comes from like your body like lets you know, hey, like chill out. When I broke my hand, bro, I was doing kickboxing in the morning, fucking jujitsu in the afternoon, and then kickboxing again in the night. And your body's just like the universe is gonna let you know, hey, fucking slow down, or I'm gonna fucking show you. Like I'll show you. And there you go. I was working, and then it was an accident. Obviously, don't get me wrong, it was an accident, but shit happens that kind of puts you in your place and just kind of tells you, okay, slow down, slow down. And that day when I just fell out of it, I was like, okay, like, I've never really felt that, but I don't really want to feel that again, you know? Like, I want to always enjoy it. You need to always be enjoying it. And although sometimes, don't get me wrong, you do have to force yourself to go to training. But dude, if I already did 2 classes, like I'm not missing that much, you know? Like, and I'm doing 2 classes a day every day. So if I don't do 3 classes one day, like some people only do 1 class a day, you know? Like I'm not behind. And that's just been something really cool that I've kind of took a step back a little bit from being super like train. And I'm still training 2 times a day, don't get me wrong, but like I said, like just, you know, listening to my body a little bit more and listening to my mind kind of tell me, hey, like we're not feeling it right now, or hey, like that's all right, enough, you know, I've had enough, or I rolled enough, like okay, we're good, time to go. And it's a healthier balance that I feel. And we'll just hanging out with some friends too helps a lot. So yeah, Tuesday I hung out with them. Wednesday I went to the most. Oh, so Tuesday we got the 7-day trial to a country club we're gonna sign up for. And they have like a sauna, they have a pool, they have a gym, they have it's a pretty cool place. It's a pretty cool place. The steam room. So after training this week, Ignacio and I would go to the steam room and the sauna and shower. We could shower there in lockers or whatever. So we would go, and in the morning, there was one day we went to go swim in the morning, and then we went to go to the hot tub, and then we went to the fucking steam room and the sauna. And we went to the gym actually too, and it's just cool, bro. It's cool to have access to that, and it's cool to have the resources as a team, as a family, to go ahead and give ourselves that little luxury. And yeah, dude, that's been awesome. So I've been kind of just hanging out, going to the pool, fucking going to the steam room, sauna, and that helps a lot with recovery. I don't have to fucking do Epsom salt baths every day anymore, because that was just kind of wasted a lot of water, I feel, you know? Like having to do that shit every day, sometimes twice a day, is just not super sustainable. And I understand it would take like 30 minutes. Instead of that, I do 15 minutes in the sauna now, 10 to 15 minutes in the steam room, because it's a bitch being in there, bro. Oh my god, it's a chamber of reflection, I like to call it, because it tests you, bro. It really tests your patience. It really tests your it makes you present as fuck, because you're kind of like out of breath and shit, dude. And I was like, oh fuck, and you're sweating and you're just like, fuck, I want to get out. But also it's like, it's not that bad, but as time starts to like go on and you kind of lose track of time, you're like, fuck, dude, how long has it been? And you look, 5 minutes. Well, oh. But after, you feel so relaxed, you feel so just peaceful and zenned out, and it's a cool feeling. And yeah, dude, that's been awesome. That's been really cool. So I've been doing that. We've been going swimming and shit. We've been going to the pool pretty much every day since we got the pass. I watched John Wick, the first John Wick movie, which is really cool. Again, my friend Brian told me to watch the John Wick series and a bunch of other movies that I'm going to get to eventually, but we watched John Wick last week, and this week we're probably going to watch John Wick 2 or something. Either that or Fight Club. I want to watch that movie. We might watch that this week, hopefully. And yeah, dude, I just took a little break from always trying to be on the ball. Like I burnt out because, well, honestly, I do demand a lot from myself and I do expect a lot from myself. But I need to increase the baseline slowly and not try to fill up my whole plate and try to just hustle it out, and grind it out, because there is certain disciplines that I want to keep enforcing. But, again, build up the baseline to where those are just habits and just part of me, rather than like me actively trying to enforce those things and stay consistent with those things. And it's just been a healthier, like more relaxed kind of vibe. I felt a lot better, and I feel like I really needed that. So yeah, Friday I went to get sushi for the first time with Brad, Maria, Jess, Mel, Ignacio, and a couple friends. I met a friend named Joey, and I forgot his girlfriend's name. I don't know, but shout out to you guys. That was cool. They got me lit, dude. So on the way there, I got a Smirnoff, like those big the big can Smirnoffs. I'm like CEO of those. I had one of those on the way there. So when we got there, I was already feeling warm. And then once I was there, we had this like Korean sake kind of thing. I don't know what it was. I want to say sake, but who knows? Who knows what it was? I think not sake, because it's not like, it was Korean, but it was pretty nice. It was cool. I had like I want to say like 3 shots of that shit, and I was feeling lit on the way home. I was feeling like spinning, and well, I woke up. And then Saturday, again, we went to the sauna, the steam room. So I went to go swim in the hot tub and got the sauna. So I let all that shit out. So I didn't feel like a headache or anything. I felt good. And then Saturday, I went to my friend's, the Soul Tides concert. Shout out to Soul Tides. Damn, we're giving shout outs for bro. We're about to start charging for these shits, bro. No, I'm just kidding. But I went to their show, and it was really cool. I saw a bunch of people that I knew. And then I got lit there too. I had a fucking big Smirnoff. Had like 2 shots. Then I had like 3 drinks. And dude, sheesh, I was lit. We went to another show after. So like we watched my friends, and then we watched another band called the Floras. And after we left, like during the 3rd band, we went to a different show. And this show I got to watch, bro, they were called Carter Ace. Wow, dude. That was a fucking amazing concert. Amazing show. Amazing set. It was like the whole crowd was vibing, bro. Like the energy of the music was sick. Like I was lit, like, oh, I was just having a fucking good time. I met some new friends through my friend Cindy. Shout out Sin. Oh my goodness. Dude, it was a fucking vibe, bro. Like literally, like I felt so good and felt so free, and it was a fucking cool experience. And then yesterday I went to go train. I did open mat at Ultra again. Shout out Ultra Jiu-Jitsu. And then I was at 11, and then at 4 I went to Dream MMA. Shout out Dream MMA, of course. But yeah, I went to 2 open mats. We rolled. And yeah, dude, it was a good time. It was a really good time. Training is so much fun. I love rolling because I've been getting better. Like I see it, and I think it's helping me to take these little breaks off, because when I go back, I'm just flowing. And one thing I want to work on is my cardio. That's one thing that I see like needs a little bit of improvement. But again, I have a tournament coming up in like fucking 15 or something days, like 17, like 20 days ish. Jeez, we have it's like 20 days before the tournament. Damn. Okay, there you go. I gotta fucking be right back onto the gym. Nah, but 20 days before competing, and I feel really good. I know I'm gonna do pretty good. I'm gonna do good. No doubt in my mind that I won't do good. Yeah, dude. I really needed to take that little break, take that little just relaxation, and just enjoy life a little bit, not be so caught up with like reaching, like there's certain things that I want to do, like there's certain things and certain ideas and certain ventures that I need to keep going and keep working on. But also part of me knows, okay, maybe I just haven't been ready to receive those things. And as I get older and as the days pass, and as the days pass, I feel more ready. And it doesn't mean like I'm just letting the days pass to where it's like I feel ready, but genuinely everything is aligning the way it has to, the way it should, honestly. And I just feel really good to be where I'm at, to kind of just allow myself to just be. And I really, really am thankful for everybody that is in my life, everybody that looks after me, everyone that cares about me, everyone that watches the show, everybody that is my friend, people that I've met, that I've crossed paths with, that I know is just all love and seriously, like, just really cool. Like, you guys are awesome, and I know that what is coming is good, and sometimes you need to work. I need to not be caught up with the idea of getting certain things done before a certain age, because it doesn't really mean much. The point is just getting those things done, and the more I focus and fixate on have this amount of money before this age, like, it doesn't fucking matter. Like, one of the things that has been really clear to me is like, okay, like, yes, work on your goals, but also realize what you have in front of you. Like, for example, like, one of the things with me is like I want to work and grind my business for freedom, and well, honestly, I have a bunch of freedom. So it's like, okay, like, it's just having to realign and get more, just have more intent with my goals, have more intent with the things that I'm trying to achieve, because the clearer I am on my goals, the more I will be able to, like, it's just going to be a clearer path, that rather than like just trying to hustle it out or trying to get X amount of thing before X thing. Because, like, for example, even with like my weight, right, one of my goals was to get to 155, and now I'm at 145, and even then, like, I still see like more that I can improve. So it's like, yes, maybe I get X amount of money, but once I'm there, well, I just want to keep going. And it's like, dude, just get more. I need to get more clear on what I want, and I believe that will pretty much grant us all the freedom in the world. And it's also really cool to know that I'm still very young, and I have nothing to lose, and I'm working hard. And dude, I might be a blue belt in the next year or so. Like, I sometimes feel like I judge myself, or I'm hard on myself for not doing certain things, but then I realize, dude, you realize how much work you've been putting into jiu-jitsu, and that skill is gonna carry on for fucking life, dude. Like, dude, there's a lot of ideas I have that I'm not gonna talk about yet, but trust me, fucking spiffy compound, this sheesh, dude. Oh my goodness, dude, the vision I see, and when it's all said and done, I know that it happened, and it's gonna happen at the time that it happens. It's at the right time. I also got 2 new fingerboards, 2 new setups, because my older ones, I lost the red one, and I had one that wasn't really that good. Like, it was good, but I think it got wet or something, because the pop was kind of gone. And well, yeah, no complaints again. I feel very refreshed, very good, very awesome to be able to share and talk about my life. And July 4th, I will be doing interviews at my friend Kayla's, I don't know the name of the show, basically Torch the Park Part 2. More info on my Instagram, and if you show up, you might just happen to get interviewed, so look out for that. Again, this has been Me Versus Myself podcast. I am so grateful, so honored to share the mic and just be able to have this, to express myself and have this this is just blessing. This is just a fucking huge blessing that I'm so thankful for. And yes, so thank you so much. You guys are awesome. I love every single one of you, even the ones I don't know. I love all the supporters, and I love all the support you guys have been giving. Yeah, we're gonna keep being consistent, and the growth has been a little bit consistent. But yes, please like, comment, and subscribe. I know it's very fucking basic and cliche to say, but honestly, the more you guys like and the more you comment, the more people it gets pushed out to. So genuinely, it really, really does help me, and it does help me, kind of keep growing. But regardless, whether we grow or not, I'm gonna be fucking showing up and doing this shit because this is awesome, and I feel so great when I do this. And yeah, dude, thank you so much for listening. We've got to sign out now, and goodbye.